So I'm starting the recovery procedure on this because this was a car I did just a couple months ago, and they did a heater core in here and they had to have me come out here, drain the refrigerant because of a leaking heater core. Well, they got a leaking heater core again. I think I remember it had some really nasty looking coolant, but they said they did a flush. But they also have like the universal green Crestone in there instead of the factory coolant inside there. And I told them, break out your voltmeter and test your coolant from your voltmeter to your coolant to your engine block. Start it up, get it hot, watch your voltage, and take your heater core and get your voltmeter and put the voltmeter on the case of your heater core. Where's their heater core? Heater core is in here. Heater core is in here? No, evaporator is in here. Where's the heater core? Okay, one of them's the one where, let's see if I can see there's the drain. Where's the evaporator core? Okay, either this is the evaporator core and that's the heater core. Let's look on the other end. And that's the evaporator core right there. Our heater core is going in. There's a heater core, the farther one, over that way. So the evaporator core, see that looking right there. Let's see if we could line this up. Right here is the evaporator. Okay, so this is the evaporator core. This is the heater core right here. So we cannot, yeah, there we go. We get to metal right there. That's going to the heater core. That's going to the heater core. So if it's isolated, take your voltmeter, grab onto the metal there, find a ground point, go to there. Even better yet, if you can hook onto the metal of your heater core right there and have your voltmeter right here, jump it out and go to the engine block. And then ground on to find a bolt going to the engine block and take a voltage difference and look for your voltage difference while you're heating up with heater fluid there. And I think he said there might have been a ground strap and these guys didn't put the ground strap back on. That gives you a clue there too. And since it left, it developed a weep on the radiator, started weeping. And where did he say that was? Was it down there or over there? So yeah, let's look for electrolysis problem on this one. And put back in the OEM recommended coolant. See if there was a TSB. Look up your TSBs on this year, make, model, and see if they had any TSBs about electrical issues or electrolysis or switching to a different coolant or different procedures. If they had known issues with the heater core, and don't just swap parts, especially stuff like this. Always look at your TSBs when you're doing a vehicle for any job you're doing, because you might just get lucky and discover there was a fix for something that you're replacing. And if you just replace what was there and follow the same old procedures, you can have the same problem come right back again. So we're down to 7 psi. Let me grab this guy, put it on the high side. And since I'm the one who did the air conditioning on this vehicle, I'm not using my refrigerant analyzer, I'm not weighing, I'm not doing anything, because in this particular garage, I've been doing all his work for nearly 30 years. And I'm the only one he uses for the last 30 years, just about going on 30 years now. And all the way back when both of us had no gray hairs and we were both slimmer. Well, he was always a little rounder, but slimmer and healthier with less knee and back problems and all that stuff. And he bought this other bigger shop many years ago, and it's a thriving shop of old vehicles. And his specialty is not servicing new vehicles. It's all old vehicles, hot rodding, dropping in different engines, doing modifications. This is what his specialty is doing old stuff. And there's not many young guys who have new shops who work on everything computer controlled and fuel injected. They know nothing about carburetors. They don't know how to rebuild them. They don't know how to tune them. They don't know about old distributors setting points or something like that. That's when you come to an old guy like that, like this here, who just specializes in older vehicles. This is where you want to take your old vehicle. If you want to take it to an old guy who's been working on old cars for the last 30 or 40 years, and not take it to a modern day new shop. So you'll see me back on this vehicle at another date after he does this heater core, which should be it's on order, coming from the factory. He's getting an OEM heater core, and he's going to make sure he has a ground lead going off the tubes of the heater core, probably to the engine, and make sure everything is grounded. And he'll probably flush it again and make sure he gets the right OEM coolant inside there, and make sure he doesn't have a problem again. Stuff happens, but it is avoidable. I'm looking at the inside of for buildup on the inside of the heater hoses. These hoses have been changed. Those are new hoses. These have been changed. He already changed this, so I can't do no judgment by looking inside the cores. The radiator, let's see what we got here. You always smell it. Well, this has been heated up before. That's a hot engine. Look at the radiator. Let's see if I can see the cores in there. Doesn't look bad at the cores. Coolant has been changed, and I think they're going to change the radiator because it's starting to weep down at one of the seals at the header at the tank. So probably when I come back, if the customer goes for it, it's weeping right now, so it's like either do it now or wait for a problem later. If you're a customer and you go, oh, I don't want to spend that money now, if you know you have a little tiny leak on a radiator and you don't take care of it, it could blow out on you and give out on you while you're on the highway, and if you don't know it, by the time your engine overheat light's on, you could have already roasted your engine and blown head gaskets. So don't ever be cheap on radiators. All right, I'll see you guys later on the next one.